Okay, hey, vocal topic of the week 12. Don't push. It's so important not to push. What I mean by pushing is overdriving your voice. Pressing against the chords. Your vocal folds are the kind of, they have a mind of their own a little bit. If you press hard, they thicken hard against the press. They do that automatically. It's like they brace themselves for this, for the storm. They're like, oh, here we go. It's like, here we go. He's hitting the gas again. Hold on. And they do that. And so that's kind of where you create that little, that finger cuff. Those finger cuffs where the harder you pull, the tighter you get. I use that comparison all the time when I talk about people and pushing. And it's because the chest voice, if you go, and you feel like you're trying to belt and get up to a high note, like a big pop high note, and you can't get there, so you push on the gas harder. What the vocal folds do is they thicken harder against the press. When your vocal folds thicken, when they really go and they thicken, they can't stretch as far, they can't lengthen as far, so you can't get up to the note. So the more you push, the more they thicken. The more they thicken, the less high you can go. And so it creates this trap. So the solution is to understand how to balance the air pressure appropriately for the sound you're trying to make, And it's all about finding the appropriate amount of air pressure for the sound you're trying to make. Too much is too much, too little is too little, But I will say this, if you're going to mess up on one side or the other as far as like adding too much air pressure or adding too little air pressure, I would say err on the side of adding too little air pressure. Because worst case scenario, if you add too little air pressure, is there will be some extra sort of squeezy muscles that get involved in the sound that don't need to be there. And we don't want that, of course, but that's not going to kill you, And also, the other worst case scenario, if you add too little air pressure in a live performance, is you're going to crack. The chords say, hey, we don't have enough gas for this posture. Oops, I hope that keeps recording. I just had low battery. I'm always low battery. And by the way, it's so funny. I think the best audio quality is just recording into these iPhone headphones. I'm like, why do I have to complicate it? I've got so many microphones. This is the best one to get the stuff out. Anyway, okay, so the thing I was saying is that if you were to have to mess up on one side or the other, pushing versus singing soft, and singing too soft, singing too light with your air pressure, that side's better because you're not gonna hurt yourself. You're gonna maybe embarrass yourself and crack. You're gonna maybe have some extra squeezy muscles, which can be uncomfortable. And in extended periods of use, of course, that can be detrimental and not good. If you don't have 4 or 5 hours of like. But that's a whole different ball game than somebody who's going and like banging their chords. I don't care. That is dangerous. That's the likelihood of hemorrhaging or having a polyp or just living in a constant state of vocal fatigue, which then leads to nodules. Your odds go up greatly in that state. But the thing we want to shoot for is having the appropriate amount of air pressure for the sound you're trying to make. So just keep that in mind. Some sounds do require quite a bit of air pressure, and also some singers, different students, different vocalists, to make their voice free and really resonate and get through the registers consistently, they require great differences in amounts of air pressure. So that's why this is not a universalizable thing as far as at just this, because everybody's different. What you need is what you need, and it may not be what the next person needs. So how do you know what the appropriate amount of air pressure is for your voice? Well, one way you can check is to make sure that you can transition smoothly through your registers. Always start off in your vocalizing, finding the amount of air pressure where you feel like you can navigate through your registers. For girls and for guys, I recommend you to do some sirens. See, I'm still in my crusty morning voice. I'm going to do a video about that too. Get so that you can find an air pressure that gets you smoothly up and down through those transitions. And do that at like a medium volume level as you do that, okay? And that's a great way to sort of get yourself warmed up before you start to manipulate air pressures for songs and things that you're looking for. All right, there you go. That's video 1 for the day. I've got another one to do, okay? Have a great day.